Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Lucky Wolf and today I'm going to be playing some more VGC Regulation I in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I am going to be using a duo. I think I have literally mentioned this duo every single video that I have recorded. I'm going to be using Miraidon and Cali Ice, and to me, these are just two restricteds in a similar way to Shadow Rider and Zamazenta that at least on paper just match up so well together. That one is a big special attacker, one's a big physical attacker. That way you don't get hard-walled by Intimidate, by Snarl, by Light Screen, by Reflect, by things like that. Your opponent will have to accommodate both a heavy-hitting special attacker and a heavy-hitting physical attacker. Additionally, they cover each other's weaknesses so beautifully. Like, you know, your Shadow Rider doesn't necessarily want to be seeing water type. No, not Shadow Rider, I'm sorry. Your Ice Rider doesn't want to be seeing necessarily, like, bulky water types, but then, oops, you just have a Miraidon. Your Miraidon might not want to be seeing, you know, Rillabooms or grass types, or ground types, but then, oops, you just have a Calyrex Ice Rider to, hit those Pokemon very, very hard. So, this is a team I'm very excited to showcase. I did use it in a ladder tour that I did host. I actually don't know what place I came in. I didn't play all my games, but it went pretty well. I think I maybe went like 7-2. I think I went 7-2, so I was pretty happy with it. I do have some notes to say when we do get into team preview, but no, when we do get into the rental code area. This is the team I am going to be rocking with today, and this is honestly what I think of as a very standard, as of right now, a very standard Miraidon and Cali Ice team. I do want to say, so one thing, the rental code is at the top of the screen. I do need to change it though, because I didn't even realize this. I do accidentally have Woodhammer on the Ogerpon, and that should be, I almost said Vine Whip. No, not Vine Whip, Power Whip, sorry. That should be Power Whip on the Ogerpon, because Woodhammered would break our Sturdy. So that should be Power Whip. That's an oopsie. I will redo that. So this is the team that I was using, and I think it's fairly standard, but I do think the interesting thing about this team comp is there are so many different ways to run it, right? The first version of this team that I was using instead didn't have the Farigiraf and didn't have the Grimmsnarl, and instead had Sash, Iron Bundle, and Mystic Water, Water Urge. And I do like this version more. I definitely do like this version more, but I think you could still mess around with a lot of it. I do want to say, I think if I were to replace Mons on this team, it would probably be the Farig and the Grimmsnarl. I think you could also use Fire Ogerpon. I also had Fire Ogerpon on that team as well. And definitely some things to note. So I am literally min speed Cali. I am min speed, 0 speed IVs, nothing. I am min speed Cali, and I'm not sure it should be min speed on this team. Additionally, the Farig does have a tiny bit of speed investment, and the Iron Hands is not min speed. I think it has, like, maybe decent speed IVs. So those are all important things to note, and like I said, I think that there are a lot of different ways that you can run this team. I think you could even use something like Scarf Miraidon. I think you could be Terra Water on the Calyrex as well. So there are definitely there's room to kind of change up this team, to put your own spin on this team, to put your own flavor on this team for how you like to play it. I think another really cool option for this team would be something like a Volcarona in either the Grimmsnarl or the Farigiraf spot. But again, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to change yet. I don't think this team is finished, but I think this is a really fun start and a really good place to start your testing as well. The one last thing I will say is I think also I could see something like Bug Iron Hands. Either Bug Iron Hands or even Grass Iron Hands. Probably not Grass, but maybe Bug Iron Hands as well. So just a couple thoughts before I jump in, but the team is really fun. I'm really hoping I can show the different pieces off. So without further ado, one last thing. I think also because I have Foul Play on the Frigg, I think Grimmsnarl really could be running Spirit Break. That's another thing to look at. Like I said, I don't, like, this is not a finished product, but I think it's a great start for really early meta testing of this core. So, for real this time, without further ado, let's hop into some games. Oh. Oh! Wait, okay, no, this is real. This is real Regulation I. Okay. 50? I am 10 out of 10 scared of this. I am absolutely 10 out of 10 scared of this. Okay. So, for those who might not know, Garganackle is one of my major enemies. Big time enemy vibes. Okay. I actually do think that just, like, this, I can click Volt Switch if I want to, into, like, this. I do, perhaps, I was gonna say, I do perhaps actually like a Grimmsnarl here, but I don't think I need Grimmsnarl here. Yeah, I think I can do something like this. I think I can dish out enough damage. I am worried about Wide Guard on the... I'm definitely worried about Wide Guard on the Garg, so I have to be careful of that, but I think I have enough not wide moves that I should be able to get around it, but I'm not sure. Honestly, my opponent kind of cooking here. And that's got, like, to me, that's one of the interesting things about dual restricted, right? It's like, so we're seeing Horsey, Dialga, and Giratina, right? And honestly, though these are two not very common mons, but sometimes your team might just have, like, a weakness to them, you know? Okay, so that's Dragon Steel, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna Volt Switch into hands. I guess the question is, do I want to set Trick Room? Probably. They might also want to set Trick Room. Yeah, I like Volt Switch and hands here. I like Volt Switch, Trick Room to hands here, I think. The other thing is, maybe I should be clicking Volt Switch into you just for a little bit of extra damage, but I'm gonna click Volt Switch into you, and I am gonna click Trick Room. And I think I like that. Okay. Thunderous Swaps. I like that. I don't think they... Oh, it's Giratina. Okay. I can, in fact, live with this. Chip damage is chip damage. Just... Oh, was that a crit? No. Okay. Miraidon, I need to stop sleeping on Miraidon, really and truly. But I am gonna bring hands in here. I could bring Callie, and arguably should bring Callie, but let's go hands. Because I can Foul Play and kick. This next turn, I can Foul Play plus kick, and that feels pretty good to me. They Draco into a miss on the hands. Okay. Hands absolutely is gonna eat that. Like, we are AV, I'm very bulky AV. So here I'm gonna click low kick and I'm gonna click foul play. I mean, it definitely would have been nice for my opponent to be able to get some chip damage, but I think this is fine. I think this is okay here. You can only Terra one. So one of your Pokemon is taking super effective damage here. That's all there is to it. They are going to Terra the Palkia. I like that Terra from them. It is Terra Fairy. I like that Terra from them. They could protect the Giratina here as well. Low kick for still kind of disgusting damage. Foul play. Giratina takes a lot. That's very good for me. They do Draco here. Draft lives on 4! Nutty! On the Shadow Force. Okay. I'm gonna Heavy Slam. don't want to low kick that spot if I'm being completely honest with you. And Psychic. That spot. Okay, they're gonna stay in at -2 here, so I think I'm okay with that. Very good damage. Spadef drop, I don't think it's gonna end up mattering too much. Because now I get my horse in. Okay. Let me just check. My speed's 49 versus 56. Okay, perfect. 49 versus 56. Okay. So here, I think they probably want to swap. There's only 2 more turns of Trick Room. Okay, they can protect. I think they probably want to swap. I'm gonna Drain Punch. I think they probably want to swap at their Giratina. I'm gonna Drain Punch into the Giratina. I'm gonna Terrifier. Yeah, we don't know the last. I'm gonna Drain Punch the Giratina, I'm gonna Terrifier, and I am going to Glacial. Here. Okay, the Giratina swaps. What wants to come in? Garg? Okay, wait! Wait, did I cook with this one? Did I cook with this one just a little bit? Maybe? Maybe? Maybe. So they probably want to protect here, but I get rid of their Giratina and then I still have a turn of Trick Room left. Yep. Okay. Giratina's a rock. No, sorry, not Giratina. Their Garg is a rock type, right? I'm pretty sure Garg's a rock type. Yeah. See, and here's the thing. Like, that was good for me, but it's not that crazy of a read, right? Because it's not that crazy of a read, because if I get it wrong, who cares? Like, if they protect, then I get no damage off, and if they don't protect, I'm KOing with my Mon anyway. You know? Okay, no double for them. Cool. Yep. So I think here, they can T-Wave me. They do very much have T-Wave on their side. But they're definitely gonna need a little bit of luck, I think, to be able to win this endgame, but it absolutely is possible. It absolutely is possible. But I'm gonna do nothing but click attack moves. I don't think I click Trick Room here. I believe Thundurus does get Scary Face, if I'm not mistaken, so they could Scary Face themselves. So I'm gonna do nothing but attack here. I'm gonna click Glacial, and I'm gonna click Heavy Slam into the, Giratina. That's all I'm gonna click. That's all I'm gonna click here. I'm not sure they have a way to KO both my Mons before I get one of these attacks off. They can T-Wave into my Ice Horse, but they cannot T-Wave my Iron Hands, as I am a Electric type. So they can't stop me from moving in that way. They are just gonna T-Bolt, completely fair. Okay, and they Shadow Force. That's also fine. Unless they're Sash, I'm picking up the KO here anyway. Or, I wonder if Yachi Berry would save them, but they can't even eat their Yachi Berry because they're not Sash. Okay, yeah, I think it's cooked then. I think it's cooked because I still have a Miraidon in the back, if I'm not mistaken. So honestly, I know this doesn't look particularly close, but I do think this was closer than it looks, but the read on KOing the... Oh. Okay, Iron Hands, buddy. Buddy, you good? The read into KOing the Garg on the swap was huge, because after Garg is gone, after the Garganacle's gone, all I have to do is click Glacial Lance. Literally, all I do is click Glacial Lance, and that's the move. That's the move. Everything else was weak to Glacial or very low health, so I was gonna KO it with Glacial anyway. I think even if they get a Protect, they don't have a way back in this because they kept their Dialga, even if they get the double, they kept their Dialga in at -2, and so that wasn't gonna KO. Like, I just don't think they had a way out of that after I took their Garg. They just didn't have, like, a big, bulky presence to not get Glacial Lanced in the face. And that's pretty much what it was. So, pretty good game, and I'll catch you in a game 2. We're in! Okay, we're in! Yo, let's go! Okay, wow. But first of all, wowsies, kazowsies. Okay. This is actually a really cool team. I think that Koraidon and Shadow Rider are a really, really strong duo, and I do think this team can struggle with a well-played Shadow Rider. So let me think about what I like here. I definitely think Farigiraf is super important here. Can block Sucker Punch, blocks E-Speed, can block if Tornadus wants to click Taunt or something like that. Can block all that business. And so this is sometimes what I struggle with the team. It's like, I want the Farig, but I also want Grim. Like, I do think Grim is pretty phenomenal here, but then I also want Ice Rider, and then I also want my Miraidon, and then I also want my Iron Hands. Like, simply let me bring 5 Pokemon! And honestly, now that you mention it, Ogerpon's not bad either. Now that you mention it. Okay. It's definitely Farig. Can I do this? I maybe can't. Simply. So they probably have Spinner and stuff. Honestly, I think, like, late game Grim could actually be super handy here. I think I need to learn to play late game Grim a little bit more. Like, my brain is truly broken the way I think I only bring Grim if I lead it. And that's not necessarily true. Grim could be a great late game to get some late game screens or like a late game T-Wave off. Okay. Okay, I'm clicking Trick Room. Always. And Volt Switch. But Volt Switch what? Do I just want their Torn out of here? Nah, that's like Cali food later, I think. Maybe. This is Terra Ground, Calyrex. When you're playing Miraidon, everything... Don't. When you are playing Miraidon, everything... Oh, okay. Wait, that's fine. Okay, wait, that's okay. Now they have 2 things weak to my Mon, so that's fine. Okay, does a little damage. Okay, and they get the flinch. Cool. That's, really horrible. That's really... I actually can't believe they're running that. But this is potentially okay. Yep, we're big alive. You're probably Sash the way you didn't Tailwind. Oh, okay. Well, there's that. You now? I can fake you out now, but I think I can probably just go Cali here. I think. But I think I maybe lose off that turn 1. That was nutty. So they are imprisoned Terra Ground. They hate this team specifically. That is a wild set to run. Okay. Oh, no. I'm gonna Psychic Protect here. It's a pretty obvious Protect, but I think this is okay. Okay, they click Astral, that's already good. I still have my Terra, which is something, but I don't think I eat 2 attacks, unfortunately, without screens. Yeah, they collision. But I got a nice Psychic off. Like, if they don't respect my Giraffe this next turn, I will KO this mon. Yeah, that does great damage. I have a better play here. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't think I live, though. I don't think there's any Terra here that saves me. I think Terra Fire is probably as good as it gets here. Like, can't go Terra Normal, can't go Terra Dark. Astral comes out. Okay, so they are at least gonna lose their... This one was tough. This one, they really did counter this specifically, and I gotta respect it. Oh! Oh, they went for a hard Terra Water read! No! Wrong! You're wrong! I think that they should always click, Collision Course there, though. Because, like I said, there's no Terra that I can go where I'm not weak to one of those things. Like, I think Collision... Like, what if I went Terra Normal? Like, I think... And, like, Terra Normal's not out of the question. Like, I think you have... I think you had to click the Collision Course there. Like, Terra Water doesn't resist either of the things that you went for. Like, look how much damage I took. Okay, what comes in here? Rare. Okay, no Sucker Punch 5U, and I still have these Pokemon left. Okay. Yeah, I'm always clicking Trick Room. And Glacial. And they're gonna cancel. Let's go! That was dire! That was absolutely dire, but we were able to do it. Oh my gosh. I do think, like, that one I can't feel great about, because I feel like I won because my opponent misplayed. I'm pretty sure I don't take that double up there. However, of course, if I know that they are Terra Ground, imprison on the Calyrex Shadow Rider, then I don't go for that turn. I don't go for that play turn 1, but I think I did the best I could with the information that I had. But I will say, Terra Ground Imprison is literally to counter this team. It's like literally to counter this exact team that I'm using, which is wild business, but I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate it, and let's hop in. We've had 2 wild games, so let's hop into a game 3 for today. Okay, we're cooking. We got Swordfish. Okay. We got the big Swordfish, huh? It's Swordfish Amoonguss, which is kind of interesting, but they don't have their own terrain. They do have their own Iron Hands, though. And looking at the team, I think that's going to be Water Ursh, but... like, there's always a chance it could be the Dark Ursh, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't have the best way around things, to be fair. I wonder if it is something like Grimmy here. I do wonder if it is Grimmy. I'm actually going to do this. I'm gonna lean into this. It really depends on what they lead. Like, they don't have many Mons that are passive on their team, but if they lead a passive Mon, I think Grimmsnarl is the way, but if they just lead, like, not any passive Mons, then it just feels like Grimm maybe gets one screen and then gets wiped. Also, Terra Ground Zacian I think is very real. I don't know how common it is, but I do know it's real, so that's something I have to keep my eye on. In my tour, I literally played against a Terra Ground Kyogre. On ladder, I've played against Terra Ground Indeedee. Like, it's wild out here. Okay. I actually feel like Grimm could have been an okay lead here, to be fair. Is this Terra Ground? I really want to be greedy and Volt Switch. I really, really want to be greedy and Volt Switch. I am going to Trick Room here. I'm ultimately going to Trick Room. Do I have to Terra Ground? I don't think so. Maybe I do, actually. But I'm gonna... I really want to Volt Switch the Zacian. Oh, I want to be greedy here so bad. I'm going for it. It's Terra Ground Zacian. It actually is Terra Ground Zacian. Yo, it's my own fault because I called it out. Yeah. It's my own fault because I called it out, but that's potentially okay. Potentially. Yep. I called it out too! Yo, that's my bad. But I told you everything. When you are playing Miraidon, everything is Terra Ground. Every single Pokemon is Terra Ground. Every single Pokemon. But they just made one of their big bad Pokemon into, like, weak into my horse. So that I will absolutely take. That I will take, but I knew it. I should have just Volt Switched. Should have just Volt Switched off the hands, gotten in my horse. I think I just Glacial Psychic here. Maybe I'm supposed to Helping Hand. Maybe I'm supposed to Helping Hand. Yeah, Zacian Protect. So this is ultimately fine, I think. We are slower than the hands. Very good. They can Drain Punch. Does this Psychic put them in range? Oh, they Heavy Slam. Oh, it will do no damage. Okay, yeah, okay, because I'm big. I'm big and I'm heavy. I'm big and I'm heavy. Okay, that's Helping Hand range. They can swap, but they're still taking damage. I still haven't Terra'd, and I don't think I need to here. I don't think I need to here. Yo, I'm mad about this one because I called it! I freaking called it! That's my bad. Yeah, okay, so we just get to go to +2 there. We still have at least 2 turns of Trick Room, maybe 3 turns of Trick Room, but we'll see. We'll see. Yep. Attack rose drastically. That's what I like to see. And they should have Ogre and... Oh, it's Ogre Ursh. Whoa, I can't speak. It's Ogre Ursh. Okay. Yeah, now losing my Miraidon was really bad. How many more turns of Trick Room, though? Okay. 2. I'm gonna just because I do, let me look at this team. I'm gonna Glacial Psychic here. I maybe have to Terra Water. I actually do think Terra Water on my Farig is correct, but maybe Terra Water on my hands later is actually correct. So the tough thing is not knowing if they are Sash Ursh, are they Scarf Ursh. I'm gonna cover for if they're Sash. Okay, so they do have Detect. This should be a double Protect, but let's see. Okay, it's not. Oof. Mistake on my end, great play from them, but I still have Terra Water hands, which will be great here. That does so much. So much. Okay. I think I should take... Oh, they spell! Oh, you have to Origin there. I think if you Origin, it could be something different, but it's not going to be anything different, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess they could get a double Protect. They could get a double, and things are still spicy. Yeah, they protect the Kyogre. Let's see, do they get their little double? Oh, they actually don't go for it. I think going for it is their best play. It's frustrating for me, but I do think it's their best play. Because now I click the win button, I think. I guess I could be wrong. But Terra Water hands, I think, just cooks in the end. Down goes the Ursh. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Yeah, I think I just clicked Glacial, and, oh, no. And I am gonna click Trick Room, in case something happens and I get this Trick Room, but I think it's going to be, okay, do they not have Origin? Or has Origin just hurt them too much? Because that's very real, too. That is very real, too. Bonk. Okay. Okay. So far, today we played 2 Terra Ground Legends. I Volt Switched into both of them turn 1 and still managed to win the game. So that's a feels good, but like I knew that. Even in closed sheet, I knew that. I was a little bit too greedy. I should have clicked Volt Switch, and I knew it was greedy. So that one's on me. That one's on me, but that's the thing about this team, right? You bait them into going for Terra Ground, so to avoid your Miraidon, and then you just have a whole heckin' Calyrex Ice to come in and click Glacial Lance. Like, it definitely feels strong. It definitely feels like a really strong combination, and I will give my final thoughts in the rental code area. This team is definitely what I would consider to be a rough draft, but I do ultimately really like the way that it does play. I think I mostly want to play around with the Farigiraf and the Grimmsnarl, and maybe the Ogerpon. I think maybe I'm also just not quite using Ogerpon to her full potential. I find myself not bringing her all that much, so definitely something to consider as well. But as a whole, the team is really fun, and I really feel like the Miraidon and the Cali, even though the speeds can be a little bit awkward, they cover each other beautifully, and just finding the correct mons to bring and your correct lines into different teams, I think is going to be the tough part. And also, like, in closed team sheet, playing against Terra Ground can be tough when you're using Miraidon, but as you can see, there's still definitely ways to play around it. So I do want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. If you did enjoy this content at any time, please feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not, feel free to do exactly none of that. And I hope everybody has an absolutely amazing rest of their day. Okay, that's it from me. Bye!